Hello, I'm Becca Bailey with the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing, and I'm very excited to have a special guest that I'm interviewing today, Kissandra Rivera. So I want to welcome you, Kissandra. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So why don't we just jump into my interview questions so that you can share your exciting news with the community. First, I'd like to start by having you briefly introduce yourself.
From high school, graduated, and I decided that I'd pursue a modeling career. And for 2 years, I've been pursuing that, and I saw advertisements for pageants and thought, wow, I never thought I could do anything like that. It seemed like an interesting goal. Can I see myself doing that? I wasn't really sure, didn't think anything about it. And then I met an individual who said, hey, you've modeled, try getting into a pageant. I mean, you never know until you try a live one. I'm like, really? Didn't think about it any further. Then I thought, okay, it's getting close to this pageant. Go ahead and give it a try. See yourself doing it. And I didn't realize at that time I'd be here where I am today.
It's so exciting that you heard about the pageant and you're the first deaf competitor in that pageant. And you won. I'm so proud of everything that you've done. What an accomplishment.
Thank you.
So you entered the pageant, and I'm wondering what that whole experience was like for you. What did you have to do to participate in the pageant?
Well, prior to that day, you have to plan for it. I mean, there's a lot you have to do with actual trainings, practices, selecting a wardrobe, lots of photography.
So there was a lot of investment to get ready for the competition day. Do you mind sharing with us what the competition day was like for you?
I had 3 competitions. We had the stage performance, swimsuit wear, and formal gown wear.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you were feeling on that day, about the whole experience?
I felt very nervous, but at the same time, I didn't realize I won since it's my first time being in a competition of this magnitude.
So exciting.
Thank you.
So as the first deaf competitor in the Miss Arizona Global Pageant and now the winner, are you done or is there a next step to this pageant?
No, I'm not. I'm actually going to nationals. They'll be held in Orlando, Florida, July 15th through the 18th.
Wow, that's coming up really soon. How exciting.
Yes, thank you.
Do you have any friends or family who are going to go to the national competition with you, or will you be going alone?
Yes, I have family members that plan on attending with me.
It's good to have support so you're not going into nationals all by yourself, right?
Yes, exactly.
So wonderful. So as the first deaf competitor in that pageant, I'm wondering what it was like for you communicating with the pageant director, with the other contestants. What was that experience like?
Most of the time I could speak for myself. However, if they were doing a presentation or a training and I didn't understand, I would ask for they clarify, repeat themselves. I even shared notes back and forth with them.
That's great that the pageant folks were willing to communicate in other ways.
Oh, yeah.
So on competition day, did you speak for yourself?
No. On the day of competition, I didn't speak for myself. I had an interpreter with me.
So I'm sure that you felt that the interpreter benefited you on that day. Can you imagine what the experience would have been like without an interpreter?
I would have missed out on so much information because there were so many happenings that day.
I'm actually proud of the pageant people being willing to meet your unique needs and to work with you to make sure that you had full access to the whole entire experience. I'm really impressed with them being the first deaf competitor and their willingness to work with you. That's great.
Right. I'm really appreciative of him for that.
So Kissandra, I grew up watching pageants on television, and I've noticed that each contestant has their own platform. I'm wondering what your platform is.
Our platform is awareness of the deaf and hard of hearing communities.
So your platform is related to the deaf and hard of hearing communities. Do you mind sharing why those communities are important to you?
I like to get outreach out there, make awareness, let the hearing world know that the deaf culture is here.
Definitely. You can never have enough opportunities to spread more awareness. We're excited that you've taken on that challenge on your journey. And we look forward to seeing the impact that you have for years to come. It's so wonderful.
I couldn't agree with you more. Thank you.
I'm wondering what the future has in store for you. What are your plans?
I would like to see change because me coming from a deaf family, a student, visiting the residential schools, and many of the children have hearing families and they don't have full communication. They seem out of the loop when it comes to communications.
Definitely, I see that, and I can vouch for that as well. I see a big difference between my son, who was raised in a deaf family, and his classmates who were not. Do you have any goals for what you would like to see happen in the future, or things that you would like to encourage parents to do with their children? Maybe you can explain more about the changes that you would like to see from parents.
I would like to see parents learn how to sign, learn how to communicate with their children.
I agree with that. It's so important. Hopefully we can continue to spread that word so that parents will communicate with their children. It surely has an impact.
Right.
And both you and I can speak from our experience. Kissandra, you're from a deaf family, and I'm not from a deaf family originally, but my husband, my son, and I are a deaf family. We communicate 24/7. It's so important. If I compare my upbringing, I was fortunate. All of my family members can hear what they learn sign, but it sure is a different experience to have 24/7 access to communication. Getting ready to wrap up the interview, I'm wondering if there are any words of wisdom or inspirational words that you would like to share with young deaf children about setting goals and accomplishing their dreams.
I would like to let the deaf community know, don't let no one stop you from achieving your dreams. If you want something, you have to work hard for it because no one will give it to you.
Definitely, that's very true. Thank you so much, Kissandra, for joining me today. I wish you the best of luck next month when you go to Orlando for the National Pageant Competition. And I hope that it'll work out. Maybe in the future you can be in the international competition, which I hear is going to be in Indonesia. How awesome to be able to go to another country. What a great experience.
Exactly right. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Good
Bye.
luck. Good luck.